is a beast warrior with passionate animal instincts. She's a confident hunter who knows what she wants and always catches her prey.
Admit it, I got my claws in you! And fangs, too! I've got you in my sights now! I'll teach you to mess with our transformation! I will make you pay!
His eyes are open.
13. He's awake.
Good. Hi there. Midoriya, can you hear me?
13?
I'll update you. Most civilians have been evacuated to shelters. The ones left in the streets are anti-hero vigilantes or looters taking advantage of the chaos the jailbreakers caused. But they won't last for long. More and more of them have asked for our protection. Have eyes on the Graf City before much longer. The road to Oysterst hasn't been an easy one. Guess I'll take a little break. Nice ears. You must be an elf. I've never met one of your kind before.
You have the flat eyes of a killer.
You're a shrewd old man. How boring.
Are you on the road to Oysterst?
Yeah. I'm taking the first-class mage certification exam.
Interesting. That was Frieren's plan, too. She should have some good stories to share the next time we meet.
So, but besides all that, you having a great day so far?
Yeah, I am. It's pretty chill today.
All right, good. You know, it's the weekend, so I'm glad the week's over. But now we got to do it all over again next week.
Yeah. Oh, brother.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and get this thing underway. So, happy Saturday, everybody. This is Phil. I'm host of the Conversation Podcast, and we're almost at the end of the second week of Pride Month. Yes. So, I have a very special guest here with me today. So, you may know her as Morgan Berry. She was Kakunsa in Dragon Ball Super, Übel in Frieren Journey's End, and number 13 in My Hero Academia, and so many more. It's nice to finally be able to talk to you, Morgan.
You too. Thanks for having me.
And so, now before we get into it, let's start with a little bit of an icebreaker. So, what's one place that you really want to travel to, but you haven't gone yet?
Ooh. Well, next week I'm actually traveling to South Korea. I'm really excited about that. And then I'm gonna go to Japan, Osaka this time, because last time I went to Japan, it was Tokyo. So I love international travel. Really great to get outside of the US. I've been to Amsterdam and I loved that. A place that I haven't been that I want to, well, I'd like to go to London. I'd like to check out some food there and New Zealand, Switzerland, Ireland, all the lands.
There
Yeah.
you go. Man, why is everybody going to Japan before me? I'm trying to go there for my birthday this September, if I can.
Nice. I mean, it's beautiful, and the food, I love the food. It's incredible. Oh, another place I went to was Vancouver, Canada. I went there last year to meet up with some voiceover friends. Yeah, I highly recommend it. You know, I know international travel especially is super expensive. But honestly, I recommend if someone has the means, then they should do it because it's pretty eye-opening and it's a lot of fun.
Well, shoot, we all got places to go to. You know, some of my friends already went to Japan, so I am falling behind. Sometimes I get jealous when I see one of my friends or some of the people I met, they go to different places, and I'm still stuck here.
I mean, the flights, the costs have gone up, and I mean, a lot of Americans are traveling overseas for medical tourism. So rightfully so, we don't want to put ourselves in medical debt in the US, and so we travel overseas for health help. So that was the plan for me. And I might have to do that again just because health, but we're hanging in there, America.
Can't wait. Well, I hope you have a great time next month. I hope I get there this year too, because I just want to go.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, I will say. But I'm hoping and praying and wishing that that happens for you soon.
I appreciate it, Morgan. I like that. So, so since we got short time here, I'm gonna try to. I know I have 20 questions, and you finally pulled them up. So, to make this go even faster, I'm gonna put these two into like 2 to 3 parts. Okay,
Cool.
if that works. If you can handle 2 part, 3 part questions, okay.
Yeah.
So let's go with the origin story. So this one's gonna be. Let's make this into a 3 part question, okay?
Okay.
Now, no, part one, what was the moment you realized voice acting could actually be your career, not just something you loved? Part two, were you drawn to music, performance, or storytelling, or did all that kind of blend together early on? And part three, if you could go back and talk to yourself on day one, what would you say?
Uh, okay. Starting with number one. Um, some the moment I realized voice acting could be a career. Um, it's kind of hard to pinpoint that moment, if I'm being honest. I've always loved acting. I did a lot of on stage and a little bit of on camera. Um, and I have always been a fan of anime, but I think maybe that awakening happened freshman year of high school. Um, I started watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood on Toonami, and I think that might have been the moment that I it hit me like, oh, those are people. That might have been it. For some reason, that part of my memory is fuzzy, but
That's fine. That's fine. I like Toonami too. I grew up with it
yeah,
as well.
but yeah, no, I just I've always loved acting, and to pair my love of acting and my love of anime together is living the dream, you know? Um, what was the second question? I forgot.
Let's see. Yeah, second question was growing up, were you more drawn to music, performance, or storytelling, or did that all kind of blend together early on?
It all blends together, really, you know, because even singing is storytelling. Um, but I'd say my first love was singing. I loved to sing, and then acting came later on in middle school. That's the order it happened for me.
Okay, okay, yeah, because listen, when I read your profile, I was like, she's a woman of many talents. I mean, look what she's doing.
Thank you.
Amazing stuff. And so I just never seen you before. Have you like perform any like songs on the stage? Like, do you like sing or like do any like gigs on the
I
side?
used to. I used to. Like, I used to be in a band, but I put that behind me because it was toxic company. But
Oh,
I did song covers on YouTube at one point, but cost a lot of money to commission instrumentalists and all that. So I put that on hold and just heavily pursued voiceover. I don't know. I want to go back to music eventually. It's just very time consuming.
well, hey, you'll get back to it when you get back to it. So, sometimes it gets a little overwhelming when you have to do multiple things at a time. So just take a step back and just go find something else to do.
Yeah. I forgot the third question. Did I answer the third question? I can't
Yeah, if you could go back and talk to yourself on day one, what would you say?
remember. Ooh. I think I would remind myself to not put my self-worth in my career, to not put my self-worth in my success, you know, because there's going to be ups and downs in this industry. It's show business. And it's easy to tie our success to our self-confidence. I would definitely drill that in my head not to do that if I could go back.
Okay, okay. Yeah, sometimes when you get deep into a deep career, I ask the same question to everybody I talk to. If you could talk to yourself on day one, what you would say, and they come up with really amazing answers they would tell themselves because we didn't think we could do this.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, shoot, look myself in the mirror. Look at the amazing stuff I'm doing now.
Yeah, exactly. Um, like we make, you know, we put in the hard work and sometimes it still feels like it's not enough or that it's not going anywhere. But I mean, I'd say that's with any career, but show business, for some reason, to me, it just felt more heart-wrenching. Um, when things didn't happen, you know, but we are competing with every audition, we're competing with hundreds of other amazing actors. And so it is a competition, it is. But it doesn't all come down to talent. Yes, it's acting talent, but it's also you know, the actor's creativity and their voice matters as well, of course. You know, you might be a great actor and maybe you delivered an amazing performance and you still didn't book it because it just wasn't the voice they were looking for that character. So there's a lot of factors to consider. But it can still get you down though when months go by and you haven't booked anything. It can really get you in your self-esteem. So
It
that's why
does.
I try not to tie my self-worth to my booking count.
Right. And you got to deal with all those rejections too. And it's not easy, but once you get used to it, it really doesn't phase you as much.
Yeah, I mean, we spend hours auditioning especially when you have an agent and a lot of auditions are coming your way straight to you. Um, we don't get rejection emails from those studios. We just don't hear anything back if we haven't been cast. And so it's just a lot of putting forth all this effort, all this work, and auditions don't pay. So you're spending hours every week auditioning and getting not anything monetarily from that. So it's easy to get tired,
Yeah.
but that's another reason why we have to truly love performing. Um, and even then, you might get burnt out. But we just have to find ways to recharge ourselves, maybe take a break here and there because we don't, it's easy to get burnt out. But I mean, when you love what you love, there can still be moments, but I mean, it's still a very fun job even through those lows.
Exactly. That's not nice. Nice. Well, shoot, you're doing a great job with all the stuff you're doing, so don't let yourself get discouraged.
Thank you.
So, all right. Well, let's go into the next session, craft and range. Okay. Now, here's another two-part question. Now, you voice characters like Glass from Shield Hero, Yoshiko, Tsushima, Love of Live Sunshine, and NK Cell, Cells at Work, all completely different energies. How do you flip that switch so effectively? And part two, do you physically feel a character when you perform them, or is it more mental and emotional for you?
So how I'm able to switch from character voice to character voice is I thankfully, I mean, all of those roles in particular were not recorded on the same day.
Hmm.
So a lot of the times you'll go into the booth and maybe you haven't done any other voices that week, and so it's easier to jump back into that voice. Um, but it's always good to make sure that we're getting into the right voice. And so the director will play a reference, whether it's pulled from the audition that you might have gotten for that character or from recording a previous episode as that character. They'll pull up that sample so that you can get back into that voice. And so that's how we're able to more effectively remember the voices. Um,
Hmm.
Switching back and forth, and how we develop those voices is the director tells you what they want, like deep, high pitch, texture, no texture, soft, breathy voice. They tell you what they want. They tell you the age range of the character, and you give them something, and they go yay or nay. And yeah, it's just we do what they want and hope that they like it.
Well,
Um,
yeah. That, and you also got to make sure you have common ground with the director. Make sure y'all trust each other. Like, if this is like, oh, well, let's try to kick it up a notch, like shoot, like y'all gonna be recording for hours. Make sure y'all take breaks in between. But yes, just finding that certain common ground, and that's how y'all make these amazing projects.
Yeah, it's nice when they let us have breaks, especially when it's a vocally intensive voice. Um, yeah, and the next question, do I feel physically?
Do you physically feel a character when you perform them, or is it more mental and emotional for you?
I'd say it's mental and emotional, and as far as the physicality, I do like to change my posture and my stance, my where what I'm doing with my hands. I do change that depending on the character. I might put my hands behind my back or at my side. I might spread my legs apart as I stand, like in a stronger stance, um, prepping myself for battle. Um, or I might have my hands daintily in the air. It really depends on the character. That's what I do, at least. I do have, there is an element of physicality to it. If the character is in the mid-fight, I might throw some punches as I'm speaking, so I can get that more of that oomph to the performance. Yeah, that's what I do.
But look on the bright side, you get to be yourself. I see you having fun just there, just now.
Yeah,
So that's the fun part. Listen, that's what I like too. They give you a little bit of freedom, and you just become yourself in there.
yeah.
Shoot, hey, don't let them put strings on you. You know, be your best self in there, and have fun too.
It's a lot of fun.
There you go. All right, so on the word to the next section. This is going to be a character deep dive, okay? Dragon Ball Super Kakunsa. So here's the another two-part question. Kakunsa is chaotic in the best way. Now, what was your first reaction when you got cast in Dragon Ball Super? And part two, how did you land on that Pacific voice and intensity for her?
Oh, I was so excited when I got cast. I knew how big of a deal it was. Dragon Ball wasn't a show that I grew up with because I didn't have cable. I didn't have the means to watch it growing up, but I knew how big of a deal it was. And so when I got the audition, I was happy to even receive that. And then when I booked it, I was relieved. I was like, wow, okay, cool. My research and hard work that paid off. Um, yeah. Um, Second question.
How did you land on that Pacific voice and intensity for her?
Well, I mean, I forgot how they described it, her voice, but I just went with how they described it and I added my natural texture to it. I added like this rough and tough kind of style. Because she definitely came across to me like a baddie, like she's sweet, but she's also hardcore. And yeah, I thought she was really cool and I like that she's a cat girl. So um I just hoped that the natural texture in my voice would be appealing and fitting for the character, and it was, thankfully.
When I heard I was getting ready to talk to you and I rewatched some of those old scenes, I was like, okay, I'll make sure to stay out of her way. She's just kind of ferocious. So yeah, I could tell. So yeah, so sometimes when I be watching the scenes with her, all that stuff, I was like, okay, she moves fast. You're a fast little guy. So- Sorry, sometimes when I hear those kind of voices, I just get a little nervous. I get goosebumps.
Ah, that's good.
Yeah, like
Like, I mean, they're a predator, like they're stalking their prey, and so like, all right, I ain't gonna mess with them.
there you go. There you go. Next two-part question. Now the tournament of power is stacked. Yes, it was, because y'all had like over 55 episodes in there. There was a lot of people in a lot of universes. What was your mindset going into scenes where everyone is fighting for attention? Part two, if you could bring Kakunsa back, what would you want to explore more about her personality or story?
Hmm. Um, my mindset going into the scenes. I mean, we get to preview the scenes before we jump into it, and so um I get to see the animation, I get to hear the original Japanese performance, and so that gets me in the right mindset. If I could bring Kakunsa back, I mean, spoiler alert, I mean, they're okay. But what would I want to explore? I mean, I think we already get a good sense of her personality, but I do want to know more about her story. I want to know, I want a deeper understanding of what her life is like, in her world and with her fellow maidens. I think it'd be cool to have a spin-off series, but I don't know if they're popular enough to get that, unfortunately, but I think that'd be cool.
Well, hey, I've seen a lot of cosplayers dressed up as Kakunsa, so it's starting. I think you might get your shot in
I mean, that'd be
soon.
cool. I'd love
Maybe.
that.
I'm crossing my fingers that y'all might do something like that. So listen. Down there in LA, you guys are constantly making stuff, and Japan too. There's more room for improvement. There's always room for more stuff. You just never know.
Yeah, you never know.
So, and plus, because you really never even left her anyway, because you still keep showing up in games. They
Uh-huh. Yep.
won't start pumping out Dragon Ball games. They won't stop.
And I'm glad. I'm glad for that.
Listen, I'll tell you a little funny story. When they did the 10th anniversary for Dokkan Battle, I spent over $700
Dang.
trying to do. I was like, I'm done with those damn gotcha games. I'm done with it.
Huh? Oh, those will get you.
Th- Hence why it's called gotcha games. I'll just stick to the online console games and stuff. And plus,
Yeah.
I don't want Dragon Ball taken in my room. I mean, look at all these posters I got.
Oh man. I mean, that's cool.
There you go. I don't know if you got any posters, but you
I have
know,
a few. There's one I still need to hang up, that my friend Skylar got me. Um, yeah, my friends Skylar and Nathan, they got me a Kimi ni Todoke poster. I have to find what side of the wall I want to put it on.
you got a frame, right?
Not yet. I gotta measure it out.
Morgan, you
I
gotta get a
know.
frame so it can be protected.
I know. I
Yeah.
will eventually.
Try Michael's. If y'all got a Michael's down there.
Oh yeah, we do. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, go look. Okay, here's what happened. Here's what I want you to do. Once we get off, make sure you go take a look at Michael's and go find a frame, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Take my word on it. Um, we're getting well, shoot, we're getting close to the end here. That fast too. Are you enjoying our discussion so far? I know it's a short discussion.
Yeah, no, it's nice. I like the questions. So yeah.
Hey, I come with receipts. If I don't go, I don't want. If I don't come with receipts, then I shouldn't be on here. So, next one is character spotlights. This is where you shine. So, let's see. Now, how am I going to do this? Let's tell you what. Let's do this. Let's do the first two characters. Okay, we'll skip NK Cell. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Glass, the Rising of Shield hero, has a very calm but powerful presence. How did you approach balancing that quiet intensity?
Ooh. I wish I could explain my approach in a way that sounded eloquent, but I feel the way I approach a character for a performance is pretty basic. I read the audition side, or I listen to what the director tells me they want, and I might pitch it down a bit. And then as far as my posture, I might raise my chin a bit, might lower the shoulders. And I've changed the placement of the voice in where it sits further back instead of forward. Um, yeah, and I just kind of hold it for the session, and then when I'm done, I'm like, okay, I can relax now. Yeah.
Well, there you go. It works. Again, I was like, I'm telling you, the way you do that makes me laugh. Like she's just doing her thing.
Yeah, she is so confident and powerful, no questions asked. Like the atmosphere shakes the room. And she knows it.
There you go. I like it. Shoot, man, now I gotta go check it out now since I'm talking to you. I'm sorry. I gotta go check it out. So, next one, Yoshiko Tsushima is such a fan favorite because of her over the top personality. Now, how much fun did you have leaning into that chaos?
Oh gosh, she is a chaos gremlin, and I loved voicing for her. I feel I relate to her character in many ways, and it was fun to be able to shift from her usual everyday self, and then she goes into her dark persona, the fallen, like just hello, my fallen demons, like she's got this whole. Have you seen the show?
I've seen some of it, and I like the way she just.
She's got her
I just
poses
can't.
and her outfits and her phrases, and her live streams, and she's such a fun character. I I loved that I had the chance to shift back and forth from Yoshiko to Yohane, and I could flip the switch on the voice, and And I love what she represents. Be your shining self. Be the person that you want to be. You know, people might give you a funny look, but does that matter? You know, do
Hmm.
what works for you. Have fun. You're not hurting anyone, you know. Um, like if you want to dress up, you know. So I really love that she was able to embrace herself by the end of, you know, that character arc, you know, the character growth by the end of it. It was a great series. So
I need to get back to that. Sorry, I sometimes I pivot be watching other shows. I'm getting ready to watch My Adventures with Superman season 3. It starts tonight at 12 o'clock in the morning. I don't think you've heard that show before.
I have,
it's
yeah,
kind of like anime and DC
I've
Comics
seen it.
together.
hmm
Okay, good.
I'm very behind. I think I really only watched the first season. I'm very behind.
Oh boy, I bet
But I
you
liked
better.
it. I liked what I saw. So
Yeah, I need to get back to that show. She's very funny. I just be watching other shows because sometimes I tune out. Oh, so I gotta work on myself more again. I'm sorry.
it's okay.
All right, next one. Now, by the way, since you're 13 in My Hero Academia, I wore this shirt for you because you were there to comfort Midoriya when he came back. It's Deku. It's one of the new shirts they did a collaboration 2 weeks ago. So I wore this for you today.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome.
So now you've been a part of future worlds like My Hero Academia, One Piece, and Sword Online. Now, what's it like stepping into those franchises that already have massive fan bases?
It's overwhelming. Sometimes it can be a little scary when stepping into a role that you know where you know your performance is going to have a lot of eyes on it. A lot of ears are watching. Um, there can be a lot of judgment,
Mm-hmm.
um, and you're going to see a lot of it online, especially when you do anime dubs. And so I knew getting into this that, you know, I just have to do my best and have fun with it. And I can anticipate sometimes the reactions, you know, how big the crowd is going to be, you know, especially when I go to a convention and I step out onto a stage for a My Hero Academia panel. The room is full. The room is filled to the brim, and it can be overwhelming knowing, having that constant reminder of how big the fandom is. But I'm a part of the fandom too. I'm a fellow fan of these shows. And so I relate to them, but also I know the position I hold and I want to do these characters justice and I want to do the show justice. So it can be a scary thing sometimes stepping into a role that is in such a big franchise, but I'm honored to be a part of it. I'm grateful. I love what I do and I'm a fellow fan of the shows. So I push through the fear and I accept the work and do what I can to give my best performance.
And listen, Morgan, and like I said this before, even though you're part of a big franchise, you're still part of something huge. And even smaller characters have big roles to play. And when I watched, like I said, when I watched that scene in season 6, when 13 told Omidoria that we got this handle, you can relax, okay? That meant something to me. I was like, you don't have to handle everything by yourself. And that's why I wore the shirt today. Because I really like guess what? That's like one of my favorite episodes out of season 6, episode 23, Deku versus Class 1A. So that was like one of my favorite episodes. So like I said, stepping into all those characters in front of big franchises, you still have big parts to play. What really upsets me that everybody focuses on the main character, that they're not really paying attention to all the other characters who are in the show.
Yeah. I
So
mean, yeah,
listen,
mains usually get the most attention, and that makes sense. But yeah, there's some good side characters, there's some good minor characters. Um, gosh, like, and sometimes the performance can make all the difference. Like, Kimi ni Todoke, I know everybody in the show, like the characters don't really typically like Joe. They're annoyed with this character named Joe. So funny. I I loved how silly that character was, and they're a small role, I guess, but like to me, I loved them. They're hilarious. Sometimes those short little minor characters make all the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes those end up being someone's favorite, you know? They make us laugh the most, maybe, you know? Or maybe they may not have much screen time, but there's a lot of significance to their story and how it affects the main characters, maybe, you know? Um, we've all got our favorites, and they don't have to all be the mains.
Exactly, exactly. Listen, whoever's listening to this, y'all, make sure y'all pay attention to all the supporting characters too, not just the main ones. Please don't do that. So, um, so next one, this is gonna be an important time because it's Pride Month. So, identity and representation. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as a excuse me, as a non-binary voice actor, how has your identity influenced the kinds of characters you connect with or bring to life?
Ooh. Um, I'm very gender fluid, and sometimes I portray characters that have a more masculine energy, but they are a femme character. Sometimes I voice for characters that have a more feminine energy, the gender stereotypes, right? I like that I get to play both, and I do feel that being non-binary sometimes does help me portray that.
Hmm.
Um, Sometimes a director might be looking for a non-binary actor because they have a non-binary character. And so they will look into what actors do we have that are non-binary that identify with that. And I'm able to fit that. And other actors are too. There's a lot of non-binary voice actors in our industry. Um, but yeah, that's I definitely have fun being able to portray um different I guess. Yeah, I don't know how else to put it, I guess. It's just going back and forth between a masculine or feminine energy is a lot of fun for me because depending on the day, I might feel more one than the other. And I suppose it's kind of healing in a way. I don't know. Um being able being allowed to do that, you know?
Yeah, of course. Listen. You want to be allowed to show yourself. Listen, you're not just expressing yourself in real life as part of like like stuff like Pride Month and LGBTQ. You're also expressing yourself in these characters that you're doing. And listen, there's a lot of you guys LGBTQ voice actors out there, and I like that you guys are able to do that kind of stuff. Because I know we're getting to the point where it's like we having different cultures and backgrounds and understand exactly. Shoot, you got people like Sean Gann and Caitlin Glass who are trying to bring more into that. I've seen some of their work in their videos where they're trying to like talk. Caitlin Glass just had a panel talking about diversity in the voice acting field.
Mhm. Yeah. Was what convention was it at?
Last time I checked, I think it what's that one that was it MetroCon or something? Yeah, I,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I know which one I'm talking about. I just don't remember what the name it was. It was white and blue logo or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So yeah, she had a panel talking about that, and I think that's great that you are able to express yourself in the characters, not just because sometimes the real world is bleeding into fictional stuff too, and that's really an important factor as well.
Hmm.
So, um, next, now, when fans from the LGBTQ plus community reach out to you, what kind of impact does that have on you personally?
It's a beautiful thing to have a community who supports you and with people you can relate to and share in your stories. We all need a support system, someone who accepts you for who you are, doesn't judge you for it, but also people in that community who will hold you accountable at the same time, you know. You definitely don't want to be in a community that ignores your faults, or ignores your mistakes. Um, but I feel like the LGBTQ plus community is a great group of people, it's a
Hmm.
great community. Um, and I also feel that, if there is someone toxic, there's there's a lot of people that I know in the community who are so patient and understanding, and they truly want to help people grow. Um, that's what's so beautiful about it. There have been other communities in the past that I have been a part of that I felt they overlooked people's mistakes. They didn't help them to grow or be better people. They overlooked it, you know, perpetuated it. And so, yeah, no, anyways, that's
Pretty
different
much it.
topic altogether, but I love the LGBTQ plus community. Like, I feel seen, I feel heard, I feel safe. It's the safest community I've ever been a part of. So I, when somebody reaches out to me and talks about their own experience, and sometimes they tell me that I helped them to come out, or I helped give them some comfort in some way. I am so grateful for that. I'm grateful to be a part of that. I'm grateful to help in any way that I can. And, yeah, I want to be a safe place for people. Uh, and I too need a safe place, we all need that community that's safe to go to and to grow in. And yeah, I'll leave it at that because I guess I could go on, but I feel like I would just, yeah.
No, 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 no. It's fine. It's fine. It's good. It's good. But I understand. I let you preach for a second, but you don't want to go too much into it. But yeah, LGBTQ, like, listen, like, I've lately been going up to people and asking, could y'all educate me about what this is all about? I was introduced to this when I was in college, and I didn't understand much about it, but I did talk to the right people so they can educate me more about it. And I'm one of you guys as allies with LGBTQ and respecting everything to do. Listen, I don't care what y'all, as long as we keep making the magic happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That's
mean,
it.
hey, like as long as we're doing our best to do a good job and being good people, doing our best to grow, continuing to grow as actors and as people, um, yeah, we're doing our best. Yeah. That's all we can do.
It's exactly. All right. Last question, and then we're gonna wrap this up, okay? Hey,
Mm.
all right. This is gonna be your favorite one because I think you've done this but before. As the unknown songbird, your music has its own identity. How does that side of you influence your voice acting of it all?
In all honesty, I don't think it does. I view it as kind of a separate thing. Sometimes it can blend together. Sometimes I sing in anime, and in that case, I have to sing in character. So the voice changes for that, but there's a story to each song. There's a message, and I find it fun and deeply cathartic to just to sing out those emotions, to tell that story with each with each song cover, because like I sing song covers from shows that I love, shows that I know very well. And so my favorite would be Unravel from Tokyo Ghoul.
There you
Um,
go.
yeah, and oh, that was my favorite. That's
There
yeah,
you go.
yeah. But I wouldn't say that it really influences my voice acting though, unless I have to like sing in the show.
Well, shoot, if they ever let you sing back in anime, let me know so I can listen to the opening song, okay?
Okay.
Please. So, and then lastly, do you have any advice as any for like LGBTQ people or any other people trying to get in the voice actor or any other career?
Ooh. Well, I feel like my advice would be the same for everyone. Um, just do your best. Keep going. It's gonna be a rough ride sometimes. I mean, some people get real lucky, right time, right place, but at the same time, it's more than luck that gets you in. It's more than that, although sometimes it does have a part to play. So, um, keep going. Don't give up. If this is truly what you want, you might have to pick up a few side jobs along the way. You might have to keep your day job. That happens too. But it's, I would still say it's worth it to pursue the dream It's a fun job. It's a great community. Um, but I also know that it can cost a lot of money. So,
Yeah,
sometimes we need to take breaks, uh, financial breaks. Because man, those classes add up. Like that's a lot of money,
I don't
the
blame you.
equipment, like recording equipment, demo reels. It's a lot of money. And in this economy, it's incredibly difficult to pursue a dream that where it helps to have money. So I completely understand if someone has to put it on hold, I get it. But I would say, hey, if you do have the means, keep going for it, but also know when you need to take breaks and take those breaks because your health needs to come first. Your health needs to come
Mhm.
first.
What's the
So,
old saying, Morgan? Take care of yourself before you take care of others.
yeah, exactly, because you can't you can't pour water out of an empty pitcher, you know? You are the pitcher. You have to be in good standing in order to fill other cups of, you know what I mean? Like we can't give what we don't have. So, I mean, it's gonna be easier for you to help others if you yourself are helped. And you gotta help yourself sometimes. Uh, don't ignore your health issues. Don't ignore them. Um, get checked out by a doctor, and if they're not giving you answers, go to another one, get a second opinion, a third opinion. Health is a big part of what we do. We have to have good vocal health, good overall health because that's going to affect your voice. um yeah, anyways, yeah, I feel like I'm going off topic, but it does matter, so.
No, 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 no. No, it's fine. Morgan, please preach your heart out. It's okay.